Delta Chi Educational Foundation here with Davis Millard, our Associate Executive Director of the fraternity, and we are super excited. We do this every year and everybody loves to tune in. Headquarters at Indianapolis is just a special place. We all remember Church Street and kind of the history there, but the idea was to capture that and bring it to something a little more modern and a bigger city. And I think that the staff did a fantastic job, and I really want to share that with you guys today. Davis has been part of that, along with a number of other staff members, and so we're excited to have Davis with us to kind of talk a little bit about the headquarters and all we've done here. So what room are we in now? Tell us a little bit about this.
Absolutely, thanks Jason. So we are in the main conference room here, and so the intent behind this was, here's a photo of Cornell's campus, which is from the 1890 era, which was very challenging to do. But what we wanted to do was have a space not only for our staff to have meetings amongst each other, but also to dedicate to those 11 men who obviously you all are here for Founders Day. And so each of our founders has a portrait on the wall, as well as their name and some different photos throughout Delta Chi's history here. So this is just, I think, one of the cooler rooms, and it's right here in the front of the building, and so it's just a good space for people to come.
Absolutely. So we'll step aside so you guys can take a quick look. So what I absolutely love about what you all did with this space was you wanted to make sure every square inch had a story to tell. And there's so much history in 133 years of Delta Chi that we wanted to just share so many different things. This is one of my favorite kind of hallways, just with a stretch of kind of reaching back through the years. So talk to us a little bit about what we have on this wall here.
Yeah, so this is the wall for the executive directors of the fraternity. So starting all the way with our first executive director of OK Patton, all the way down to our current executive director, Carl Grindle. So this is just a space for those men who have risen and fulfilled that CEO role for Delta Chi. And so we have a space to honor those men as they have been with us. Additionally, as we kind of make our way down this hall, there are just some photos of different chapters throughout history. And so, you know, you mentioned making the move here to Indianapolis. One of the best parts about it is we now have the space to display some of those things that Church Street just didn't have that ability to do. And so these are photos just of different eras and different chapters. And so when the undergraduate men or even alumni as well come, they're able just to see what Delta Chi looked like throughout, you know, its existence. And so these are just some different things as well. Additionally, on this first floor, we have some staff offices as well. And so we have some space for some of our directors to be up here, as well as some other folks here. But we'll actually move here. Excited to show you a little space here dedicated to what we would want to know as the Sir Edward Cook Conference Room. And so this is a space dedicated to the fraternity's spiritual founder. It's a smaller conference that allows not only can our remote employees come and use this as home base if they want to, but also a space for some meetings to occur throughout. And so we have some etchings of Sir Edward Cook's grave there, as well as some different photos. And again, just a space for the fraternity staff to meet and our guests to be as well.
You know, there's just so many things here. You just have so much history that even with all this space, you just always are finding new space and new things that you wanna put up. And by saying new things, that means
Newly
discovered
discovered
things.
Yeah.
Things.
Or if someone will send something in, we do have a lot of folks that will send in some memorabilia, whether they find it through cleaning out a relative's storage unit or just one of our brothers passes away. We get some things there, and I think tomorrow we'll go down and see the museum as well. So we're excited there, but we'll continue on the first level. We just have some space for some charters of chapters that are no longer in existence, holding them safe until those chapters return. And then also some different things like a book cover in here. And as we move forward, it's interesting, I think, if you have the chance to come here, to see the different charters and see the AA or the CC's signature or the DD's signature on there as well, and see those different brothers that you may have heard the name, but have never seen the face, and so it's cool to see their signature.
Just like the man, the myth, the legend, Larry Ottelhelm.
And there he is, a former executive director as well. Again, some more office space for some of our staff. We also have acquired a nice painting of Cornell University as well, which I believe you all were there a few years ago on Founders Day. And so the campus there, Cornell, where we were founded.
Back in 2019, we were there.
Okay.
Yeah, good stuff. The
Absolutely.
birthplace of Delta Chi. That was a good time.
There it is. Lastly, to kick off this side of the front room is our collaborative space. And so it's deceivingly big in that there have been some times where the fraternity, we've hosted some industry conferences in here and had about 70 people in theater style seating. And so that's something that we would have never been able to do at 314 Church Street.
Absolutely.
And having had the privilege of working at 314 Church Street, I see the history there, but would have never been able to do that. Additionally, we have what we call the flag wall, which when we moved here in 2019, this was the vision to essentially make sure that this isn't just the building for the fraternity staff, but it's truly the building for Delta Chi and for our members as well. And so members submitted pictures of them flying the Delta Chi flag across the world.
Mm-hmm.
And so these are things I can tell you, if you visit and you see yourself on here, you'll probably be here for the next 100 years because we have no intention of updating this.
Right.
So if you made it, you're going to be on here for quite some time.
Hey, that's a big win there.
Yeah.
And also, you're getting a nice behind-the-scenes tour of Founders Day and Giving today because Lauren and I are using this as our workspace. Obviously, lots of work in progress and lots of communications happening, but so it's really just a very comfortable space. So lots of different configurations you can do.
A couple other things in this space we have, starting with, the vision here was to show the journey of Delta Chi. So start with the associate member pin, in the middle there, the active badge, and then finishing off with the alumni lapel pin as well, to show that journey of joining Delta Chi, being an undergraduate member, and then taking that next step as an alumnus as well.
Absolutely.
So we'll keep going. Speaking of alumni, not only do we have the wall for the executive directors, but we also have space for our AAs, starting with one of our founders, Owen Lincoln Potter, and coming all the way up to the 54th AA, Patrick Alderdice from Ball State. So every brother who has served in that role, and in fact there's a few that are on there twice, is on that wall.
Really good stuff. And we've got a lot of great Delta Chi's on here, a lot of names that we see very regularly. We've got Greg Hauser, we've got Paul Bowman, Miles Washburn, R.C. Donnelly, Tom Horowitz, Aaron Otto, a lot of guys that are just really involved still, so we're blessed to have all of them. Obviously Chuck Mancuso and Steve Bozart, and Billy Williams. Billy was at my chartering for New Mexico State, so he was the first AA I ever met, and he set a very high bar.
There you
That
go.
everybody had to live up to, so.
Well,
Really
it's interesting to see Miles Washburn was at my
Okay.
chapter's chartering, and so it's interesting to see.
I feel like you're just calling me old there.
Well, there's a few others after mine now as well. Continuing on, we're just, the conference room is on the other side of this wall. Again, some spaces for our staff to work, and then some photos as well. Want to take you to probably two of my favorite parts of the upper level here. And this is the space we have for our brothers of the Order of the White Carnation, our Officer Emeriti, and then our Delta Chi of the Year space as well. So in the old building, they were just really, wherever there was wall space, we had some space dedicated. But when we moved here, we wanted to really make sure that we had a space that paid tribute to those brothers who have been inducted into the OWC, who have been honored with the Officer Emeriti and then the Delta Chi of the Year as well. And so each year we update it. We're current with our most recent induction class at the convention for our OWC, as well as our Officer Emeriti.
Very cool. Some really substantial names on there. A lot of recognizable names. A lot of people that have committed inconspicuous service to Delta Chi, to be our name to Order of the White Carnation, which is amazing. Obviously, they're, anyone who knows them knows they've done a lot for Delta Chi, so it's really great to be able to, and this is right in the front.
Yep.
As you come in, this is who we wanna highlight, this is who we want everybody to know, and so if they don't, they better at least know these fellow rooms.
Absolutely. We have some reading material, which you might recognize that one, Jason, with the 9 parent there. And so additionally, we have some space with not only the American flag, but the Canadian flag as well for our brothers up in Canada. And then just a large crest. This is the front entrance here, and so as soon as you walk in, we wanted the original crest, shield and scroll to be displayed there for everyone to see. And then finally, I wanted to end in this space because it's fitting for today, but this is our space dedicated to you all and the work that you do at the foundation. Not only to have you all spend some time with us, but we do have a shared employee here as well, and so I want to make sure that the fraternity foundation, this is our space as well. So space dedicated to new founders. You'll see we have some empty frames, so there's obviously room for more new founders, those brothers there, and then just some space for you all to have some recognition for the foundation.
The most important one up here is obviously this first one that's blank. It's who's next? Who's going to be our next new founder? So
Absolutely.
that's what we want to see. Obviously, these are all fantastic men that really believe in the foundation's mission and really want to see Delta Chi succeed. So we're really very honored that we've had all of these brothers who have given at least $100,000 to Delta Chi Educational Foundation in their lifetime. So some have been restricted dollars, some have been unrestricted dollars, but all of these men are great men that believe in the future of Delta Chi and want to make sure that succeeds. So thank you all so much for spending some time with us. Again, this is awesome to just be here in Indianapolis. Indianapolis is a lot easier to get to than Iowa City, I'd say, right?
It is.
You don't have to get a horse. You can just jump on a plane, make it to Indianapolis. If you have not been to Indianapolis, it's a great town, a lot to do. But most importantly, Delta Chi headquarters is here. So we want to see you here at 3845 North Meridian Street here in Indianapolis. So definitely make yourself a trip. It's got to be one of those, one of those bucket list items for Delta Chi to make it to headquarters. So thanks so much for spending some time today. Let's get those gifts in. deltachi.org/Founders Day. Click on the link, make a gift, and we are good to go. Make sure you also, if you want to, you can text Delta Chi, no spaces, to 71777 to make a gift today. Thanks so much for all you do, and let's hit that goal.